Welcome to Empowered Health. On today's show, we delve into some really interesting topics.
We're talking about full mouth dental implants, getting into some brand new research on whiplash, and learning about an eye condition known as presbyopia.
Right now, we're going to meet Sasha Zakulin, a young woman who's come a long way with her health, thanks in part to her naturopath. Take a look.
So we work with symptoms all the time. You know, Sasha came in with headaches and sleep disturbance and horrible digestion and, extreme hormone imbalance. So there was a lot of things we could do right away to help with her symptoms and make her feel better.
After years of suffering from debilitating periods, Sasha Zakulin was diagnosed with endometriosis. Endometriosis occurs when endometrial cells, usually found in the uterus, appear outside the uterus. Sasha continued to experience pelvic pain for years. She received treatment after treatment to little relief.
It kind of felt like Band-Aid patchwork. Rather than let's treat the disease that I know in my heart is there, I would not be in this much pain.
Frustrated with her OB-GYNs, Sasha finally went to the US to treat her endometriosis with laparoscopic laser excision. Finally, things started to turn around.
He said, there's no way with your symptoms that there's nothing there. And there was. And he found a lot. And he basically said, I will stand over the table till it's gone.
Sasha moved to Vancouver, where she found naturopath Dr. Heidi Roots. Together they came up with a plan to treat pain, chronic fatigue, and hormone issues associated with endometriosis.
I think the reason why we were so successful in treatment with Sasha is because we took time and we found out what the cause of the problem was. We ran tests on her. We worked with more than just endometriosis. We worked with her diet. We worked with her hormone imbalance. We worked with her lifestyle. We're still working with all of those things, but taking into account her entire body, her nervous system, her digestive system, her hormonal system. That's how we really got success.
I think there's a placebo. Endometriosis, for example, this is a condition I'm more familiar with. We know that it does wax and wane as well. So there's a third of women that may improve over time. Their lesions actually visibly improve. So what makes them improve? Is it lifestyle, diet? Is it stress reduction? There's a number of things that can obviously affect that disease.
For Sasha, an integrated approach has allowed her to finally take control of her health.
You know, I kind of act as the conduit between the traditional and the naturopathic side, but they're both fully supportive of me getting that balanced outlook from just so that I can start to feel better. I am on the road to feeling good.
Visit us online at vancouversun.com/empoweredhealth to share your personal health stories, ask questions of experts, and leave comments about the series or suggest topics for future episodes. And be sure to pick up a copy of the Vancouver Sun newspaper every Thursday for more empowered health stories and tips. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Did your mother ever tell you that you can get arthritis by cracking your knuckles too much?
My mother did all the time, Michelle. I've heard that more than once. But Randy Shore's on the show today to break down that myth. Go for it, Randy.
Don't crack your knuckles. You'll get arthritis. My mom told me that nearly every day when I was growing up. And on the surface of it, it makes sense. Osteoarthritis is caused by wear and tear on the joints. So it follows that if you abuse them, you could pay a steep price later in life. So what's going on in your knuckles when you crack them? The metacarpal phalangeal joint, right here, is a sealed unit. So when you stretch it, the pressure inside changes, creating a bit of a vacuum, and bubbles form from the gases dissolved in the fluid that fills the joint. This is called cavitation. When those bubbles burst, it creates a pop. And all of us knuckle crackers know that during the 30 minutes or so that it takes the gases to dissolve back into the fluid, your knuckles won't crack again. This kind of popping and cracking happens in joints all over the body, especially the back, the knees, and the elbows. Cracking the joints actually relaxes the muscles around the joint and can temporarily extend your range of motion. You might have noticed this effect after a visit to the chiropractor. Another sort of joint cracking occurs when the tendons around your joints pop out of their grooves and back into place. Again, without causing any wear to the actual joint. I get that in my ankles. So am I going to get arthritis? Maybe, but it probably won't be to my knuckle joints. Arthritis tends to attack the first two joints in the finger and the joint where the thumb attaches to the hand, but not the knuckles in question. A major study published in the Journal of Manipulative and Physiological Therapeutics of 300 knuckle crackers found no connection between popping joints and arthritis. They did note that some habitual crackers suffered from overextended ligaments and soft tissue damage. Moms, even when they're wrong, they're a little bit right. I'm Randy Shore for Empowered Health.
Your back affects your daily health. Welcome to another installment of Your Spine, Your Health.
Because you have a spine, it's important to understand how chiropractic care affects your health. Your health always starts with a regulatory college. In this case, the regulatory college is the College of Chiropractors of BC, who serves to ensure you receive the appropriate diagnosis and care, both today and tomorrow. That's why BC's chiropractic doctors also fund research and education. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Jean-Sébastien Blouin, who's doing fascinating work on how your spine responds to whiplash.
What we're studying is how humans react to, an impact, a rear-end impact. And what we're mostly interested in is the neck muscle responses during a rear-end impact. And our past research in the last I would say 10 years, we found that people overreact to that kind of perturbation. That's a whiplash accident.
What they are finding is that people experience what is known as startle response. The neck muscles are very well coupled to this type of response, causing a large overreaction to a rear end impact.
What happens to the neck is you have a little bit of an S shape to your neck that's going on. So the lower part of your neck goes into extension, and the upper part of your neck goes into flexion. And at that moment, that's where we think at least part of the injuries are happening.
Once it was established that a reaction to a rear-end impact included a startle response, research shifted to finding techniques to reduce these responses. This research has helped us understand that the car seat is a major component in reducing the effects of whiplash. As a result, they're working on the development of a smart car seat, one that will minimize injuries in rear-end collisions.
The goal is for it to sense the occupant and the collision and then adapt to all that in real time. We look to see what kind of behavior we need to program the seat to respond to in order to get a diminished occupant response. So we'll tune the seat to a dummy response first, and then we'll put human subjects in the seat and then begin to tune the seat to not only minimize the motion, but to also minimize the neck muscle response.
As you can see, it's not just about what we can do for you today. We're working to build a better tomorrow and better healthcare outcomes for you.
Hey guys, this is Simple Fitness Tips. My name is Jameson Wolf and this is Simona Marion. Today we're going to show you 2 specific exercises that you can do as part of your warm-up and your cool down. So we're going to go ahead and start with the high knee walk to Spider-Man with overhead reach. So let's take your right knee, draw in your core first, pull up your right knee, good, and you're going to get a good stretch in the glutes and the hamstrings. Carefully step forward and bring both your hands to the ground on the inside of your thigh. Perfect. You're going to take your left arm and reach it up to the ceiling. Good job. Bring it back down, stand tall, and you want to do this on the other side as well. Go ahead and try that. Good. Carefully step forward, 2 hands on the inside thigh, take your right arm, reach it to the ceiling, bring it back down, and stand nice and tall. Awesome. So this warm-up exercise is great for the shoulder girdle as well as the hip complex. All right, try that out, and we'll see you next episode.
Coming up on Empowered Health.
It's only a matter of time once you get past the age of 40, sometimes even before 40, where your near focus, focusing ability really is going to start to change.
Today we're talking to one of my patients who recently underwent the replacement of all his teeth in a single-day surgery. To me, this is the most exciting procedure in dentistry. It literally allows someone to return to the way they ate at a much younger age.
There's two things in life I love to eat, and I have not been able to in a long time. Peanuts and an apple.
Ian is a great patient. He is typical of the type of patient that seeks this type of treatment. He has worked all his life taking care of everyone, and he's now focused on taking care of himself.
I go in, I try and see the girls, and I talk to them. Now when I say talk to them, I mean on a personal level. So they feel relaxed with me and I feel relaxed with them.
Ian came to me looking for a solution for his missing teeth. After evaluating Ian's medical and dental history, I obtained a three-dimensional x-ray of his teeth and determined that he was a good candidate to have his teeth replaced.
There's the introduction where they do some pretty high-tech x-rays, and then that information is sent down to the States where they make some laser guide. So this is very precise surgery.
Ian chose to have his procedure done under general anesthesia. Prior to his operation, the surgery was completely mapped out using a virtual surgery software. From this software, a surgical guide was produced that allowed me to place the implants with extreme accuracy in a minimal amount of time. Ian's replacement teeth were made ahead of time and were placed on top of the implants on the day of surgery.
It went great. They did the surgery. I woke up, it was done. Now, if you ask me, am I happy? I'm ecstatic.
If it hasn't happened to you yet, you've likely seen it a million times. Someone adjusting the distance between their eyes and the material they're reading.
As we age, we lose the ability to focus. So if you can imagine, that means that we can't see as close, and therefore we're trying to add distance to be able to focus.
It's a natural part of aging that applies to all, not just some. As we get older, the lenses in our eyes slowly change. They lose their elasticity, making it harder to change focal length.
Those muscles inside the eye which change the shape of the lens so that you can see things up close, they will certainly start to break down over time. The lens itself, which those muscles are working to adjust, will stiffen as well. So it's only a matter of time once you get past the age of 40, sometimes even before 40, where your near focus, the focusing ability really is going to start to change.
Many times the first sign of presbyopia is where people start to hold things further out.
Yes, it's known as presbyopia, and presbyopia is no different than aging skin, graying hair, or tightening hamstrings. It happens to all of us. First, we have trouble reading fine print, then reading in low light, and eventually we just can't make out what's literally right under our nose. It can't be stopped or prevented. But the good news is that if you look after the rest of your body, your eyes will benefit.
A lot is connected to your general health, so the more active you are and the better nutrition that you have, your body in general is just going to be more youthful, and you have a better chance of sort of retaining these things a lot longer.
And while that's true, and while it may slow down the aging process, you will one day need corrective lenses. Thankfully, there are a number of options. They include, but are not limited to, reading glasses, progressive lenses, and multifocal contact lenses, just to name a few. Without a doubt, one of the most popular options is progressive lenses. And the reason they're so popular is straightforward. They work and they're user-friendly.
You may not really have a prescription in the distance, but progressives could still be something that you would want for the convenience of not having to take off your glasses.
And the benefits are fantastic. First, you see better, and second, eye strain vanishes, and so do the headaches associated with it.
It's going to progress whether you get glasses or not, but at least your day-to-day life is going to be comfortable. You're not getting those symptoms in your day-to-day life.
After the break.
Wow, okay, chicken with lots and lots of ginger.
Lots of ginger in it. And then here is the garam masala.
This cooking and nutrition portion brought to you by Save On Foods.
Cooking time on Empowered Health once again, and I'm in the kitchen with chef, author, and TV host Belle, the Spice Goddess. And we've got another awesome recipe from Belle's book, Quick and Healthy Indian. Belle, welcome to the show once again.
Well, thank you for having me. So today we're going to do chicken with lots of ginger in it.
Wow. Okay. Chicken with lots and lots of ginger.
Lots of ginger in it. So I thought, today I'm going to show you what a garam masala actually is made up of. Here,
all the ingredients.
All this beautiful, look at this. There's a cumin, there's a coriander, there's a peppercorn, there's a cardamom, the dark cardamom, and then dried ginger, bay leaves, and cinnamon sticks as well. So all this amazing flavors. So here I'm just gonna heat this up. So here it's gonna go in the oven for only 10 minutes. So here we have I have a couple tablespoons of ginger oil in it. So I'm gonna add some ginger, big chunks of ginger, and then some mustard seeds.
Mustard seeds.
So again, these are the light mustard seeds.
Right.
They don't have really that pungent flavor. So the dark ones have really strong. So this is really mild.
Okay.
So teaspoon of that's gonna go in.
Okay.
And watch out, they start quickly start popping up, so we have to make sure they don't.
Yeah.
So here I have a cardamom powder, a teaspoon of cardamom powder. Cardamom powder has a really nice floral flavor.
Yeah,
usually cardamom is used to make desserts like kheer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I love the flavor, so I add my cardamom.
People use it in chai tea as well.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Tastes really good.
And a little bit of oil. Look at the smell. Is this smell already so amazing?
It does,
with the cardamom?
honestly.
This cardamom, this enriches your whole house.
Totally does.
Your whole house. It's so beautiful. And then here is the garam masala. This is my own garam masala. So that's going to be ready in just a couple minutes. I'll take it out. Then you'll smell all those beautiful smells.
And then you grind everything together to make it into a powder.
Then I make it, yes, exactly. So here, a tablespoon of our
garam masala.
And here, a couple of tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
This is like a paste of sun-dried tomatoes. So it's just a tomato paste with a little bit sun-dried, and it's going to give a really nice sweet and sour flavor. It balances beautiful with the Indian spices.
Right.
So I'm just going to cook that. And here I have my coconut flakes.
Right.
I'm going to have it's unsweetened coconut flakes.
Okay.
Like a half a cup. I'm going to add a tablespoon of coriander seeds. Coriander seed gives a really nice, sweet, not sweet, like a citrusy flavor.
That's chicken?
That's
boneless.
the chicken. It's a boneless, skinless chicken. And I've cut into cubes. I'm going to add in here. So you're going to continue mixing it.
Yeah.
And so just cook it for another, a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to add my coconut milk. So this is there's a coconut sauce with the coconut flakes and then coconut milk. And that's going to be beautiful sauce. It's going to give a really nice flavor to the chicken. So now, I'm just going to add coconut
milk
in it. We'll turn this down, and the smells from the garam masala.
Right.
So I'm just going to switch spots. I'm going to that smells good. This smells good.
Oh yeah. Another quick question, Bill.
Yes.
Coconut milk is coconut milk, right? There's no various kinds, or is there?
I've seen a low-fat coconut milk. Why would you butcher coconut? Leave the poor coconut alone. No, I don't do low-fat coconut. And again, it's not all the time you. Look at this smell.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, that's amazing.
This is so nice. I'm gonna let this cool now for a few minutes, and then I'm just gonna make that. Put it in my spice grinder and mix it.
Right, and that's when it's going to become like that,
it's
right?
It's going to exactly become like that.
Right.
But that's looking fabulous. We're going to let it cook for another, maybe another 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll have our dish ready.
All right. Now, chicken with coconut milk. This tastes really good.
And the coconut flakes give a really nice texture. It's layers of, that's what I like about this
layers
dish,
of flavor, and one by one you get to enjoy it all. Well, you can find out more about this recipe in today's Vancouver Sun, or go to the website vancouversun.com/empoweredhealth. Belle, thank you so much once again for sharing this recipe.
Thank you for coming here.
Thanks. Coconuts are really popular right now, and we're beginning to see a lot more coconut-based products on grocery store shelves. To talk more about it, I've got registered dietitian Crystal Higgins with me. Crystal, welcome to the show.
Thanks, BJ.
So, what's the reason behind coconuts getting so popular?
Well, coconut is very trendy right now. I think it has an amazing flavor to it. It's also perfect for anyone that's following a raw food diet. And historically, it's been used in many cultures around the world.
And what's with so many different coconut-based products that are available?
Well, I think because it's so trendy, they're just trying to use it in many different ways. For example, one new product that's out there is something called coconut manna. And basically, it's all parts of the coconut that are just ground up together. So the flesh, the oil, the milk, all together, and it makes a beautiful spread.
All parts except the shell.
Not the shell.
Okay. I think one of the most popular coconut products is coconut oil. Let's talk a bit about that.
Yes, coconut oil is probably the most popular cooking oil right now. It makes a great alternative to butter. The best part about it, it has a gorgeous flavor to it, and it can be used in many different types of products.
A lot of people are beginning to use coconut water, and I see a lot of it on grocery store shelves. What's that trend all about?
So coconut water is kind of like nature's sport drink. It naturally has a lot of potassium, in fact twice as much as a banana, and it is naturally lower in sugar and carbohydrates compared to other sport drinks that are out there.
You know, I love ice cream, Crystal, and coconut ice cream is supposed to be healthier. Is that true or not?
Well, coconut ice cream actually has a very similar nutritional profile to dairy ice cream, but it's perfect for those that are following a vegan diet or a dairy-free diet. It gives them that alternative. Plus, there are so many amazing flavors out there, and the texture is just so creamy and delicious.
That is true. The texture is amazing. What about coconut yogurt?
So coconut yogurt, again, it's a great option for those people following a vegan or dairy-free diet. And again, lots of flavors out there. The one thing that you do want to look for, though, is if you are using it like a yogurt, check to see if it has been fortified with calcium, because a lot of the coconut products don't have the same calcium level as the dairy counterparts. So you definitely want to check that out.
And what about eating coconut on its own? A lot of people like it. But what are the limits? What should be kept in mind calorie-wise?
Well, coconut, although it is very beneficial for us, it has lots of antioxidants in it, it's still high in fat and saturated fats, so we want to watch how much we're having. For example, every tablespoon of coconut oil is still 120 calories and 14 grams of fat. So a little bit goes a long way with this stuff.
So you still got to keep that in mind.
Definitely.
Well, Crystal, thank you for being on the show and telling us about coconuts. And I think a lot of people, a lot of questions would have been answered today.
Great. Thank you.
Well, that's all for this episode of Empowered Health. I really recommend you go to your kitchen and try Belle's ginger coconut chicken recipe.
For more information on recipes or any of the stories you saw today, check out the Vancouver Sun website.